Hey viewers, a little while ago I was asked to compare two hunting overhaul mods, Hunter of the Commonwealth and Immersive Hunting Overhaul, and that's just what I'm going to do. There was another mod called Cheerful Butcher that existed on the Nexus at some point, but it didn't do much compared to either of the mods I'll be reviewing. Anyways, you know the drill, which of these mods beats the other. I'd say for most people, Hunter of the Commonwealth is a better choice. It's a basic, mostly functional mod that does exactly what it says on the Nexus page. Adds butchery and robot salvaging mechanics. It does add a few throwaway features that I think would have been better off left out, but it's still a lot simpler than Immersive Hunting Overhaul. IHO feels like a total conversion mod by comparison. It changes many aspects of the game, including some that have nothing to do with hunting. To be fair to IHO, I did like a fair number of these changes, but compatibility suffers because of them. IHO edits vanilla perks, armor, ingestibles, doctor prices, and radiation, making it a real nightmare for compatibility. Most crucially, while Hunter of the Commonwealth has a compatibility patch for Mutant Menagerie Life Finds a Way, Immersive Hunting Overhaul is only compatible with the older Mutant Menagerie mods as of right now. At the end of the day, while I like Hunter of the Commonwealth better, I probably wouldn't use either of these mods because I don't believe they're solving a real problem. The fact that I can grab meat directly from a creature's corpse has never harmed my immersion. I don't need to see or hear the butchering to assume that's what's happening. If I wanted to do a hunting-themed playthrough right now, I'd forgo both of these mods and simply download Mutant Menagerie Life Finds a Way, along with a camping mod like Campsite Simple Wasteland Camping. That would be my recommendation, but we'll take a look at these two mods in depth anyways because they're interesting. First up, we've got Hunter of the Commonwealth, the more simple of the two mods. Its big feature is adding an examine menu to all dead creatures, humans, and robots. For creatures, you can just press E to examine them, but for humans and robots, you'll need to bind a separate hotkey to access this menu instead of their regular inventory. To access the menu, you also need a suitable knife in your inventory or a functional blowtorch if you're trying to disassemble a robot. Functional blowtorches can be crafted at a chemistry station. Depending on the type of creature you're looking at, your options are different, but usually you'll see Butcher, Harvest, Skin, and Dispose. Butcher gives you meat, Harvest gives you eggs and body parts, Skin gives you skin, and the Dispose option deletes the body. For some radioactive creatures, you can also harvest nuclear material. When you select an option, the game fades to black and some time passes, much like the Peace mod I reviewed last week. Coincidentally, also like Peace, you get tons of meat from just one creature by default. Often in the vanilla game, you won't find mutant parts on every single dead creature, but with this mod, you'll always find something by harvesting. As far as I'm concerned, this greatly harms the survival aspect of Fallout 4 most players will be trying to emphasize by downloading mods like these, but at least there are MCM options to reduce the amount of meat you get from corpses and to cap the maximum amount of meat. In any case, the larger the animal you're dealing with is, the longer it will take to butcher them. Larger creatures also often can be butchered multiple times before they run out of meat and explode. Both the black screen and time passing features can be disabled separately if you want the process to be more instantaneous. Whenever you do any action, you gain XP, but not regular XP. No, this mod has its own bare bones leveling system. Leveling up allows you to get even more meat from fallen creatures and perform actions faster. However, already at level 0, you get more meat than vanilla, so I don't see how this is necessary. Once you reach level 5, you're done and can no longer level up anymore. This feature doesn't add anything to the mod and probably should have been cut or expanded to actually make a difference. Anyways, if you want to butcher creatures with a mod-added weapon that's not compatible to start with, there's a hotkey you can press to add whatever weapon you want as a suitable tool, which is nice to see. There was an attempt at adding some interesting content for cannibal characters. You can acquire human body parts and skin by butchering humans, and when you butcher a human for the first time, you get access to a bunch of new recipes at the cooking station. Recipes like human stew, human bacon, human steak. Sounds ravishing. The only problem with these new foods is they oddly don't require the vanilla cannibal perk to cook, and they also don't satisfy the dark craving you get from feeding on humans in survival mode. This sadly ruins the possibility of doing a survival mode cannibal playthrough using this mod. And aside from the new cannibal foods, this mod doesn't add any other ingestibles or cooking recipes, which is great for compatibility's sake, but it's also a bit of a missed opportunity. Anyhow, if you want to cook on the go, this mod adds a functional cooking pot you can craft at a chemistry workbench. Just drop it on the ground, cook what you want, and pack it up when you're done. It works flawlessly, but that's the extent of this mod's camping amenities. You'll need a dedicated camping mod if you want to do anything else. Finally, there's also an option to make the Brotherhood's Blood Bank quest require test tubes. I guess that exists if you care about that. And yeah, that's all this mod does. It didn't impress me too much, but at least it's highly compatible and configurable. The same can't exactly be said for our other mod, Immersive Hunting Overhaul. This one's packaged as a full mod, and it has support for Mutant Menagerie and Grilled Turkey's creatures baked right in. Remember though, only the old version of Mutant Menagerie is properly supported. You can try using the Life Finds a Way version, but when you encounter some creatures, they'll still have loot in their inventories, so it's incompatible for now, unfortunately. Anyways, I hardly know where to start with this mod. I guess I'll talk about butchering first. Unlike the other mod, this one actually has butchering animations. They're mostly repurposed from Mr. Sandman kills. There's no menu or black screen, you just watch an animation and loot the creature's inventory afterwards. To butcher in the first place, you need to be holding any bladed weapon, although because of how the butchering animation works, the game will place a combat knife in your hands for the duration of the animation. Any weapon with the Anim's stab weapon keyword will work, so there should be compatibility with most modded knives. After the deed is done, the creature will get bloody and some relevant meat, skin, and body parts will populate their inventory. If you're lucky, you might find an ideal ingredient, which are worth more than regular ingredients both in terms of value and crafting components. They also have another use, but I'll talk about that later. You have to be careful when butchering because some bodies will emit radioactive gas that will mess you up. It's a good idea to wear a gas mask when carving up corpses. After butchering enough creatures, you'll notice that your knife is broken. Don't try finding another knife though, because they all share the same durability variable. You can literally throw your broken knife away and buy a new one, but it will still need to be sharpened. To check your knife durability, you need to set a hotkey, press it, and go through a long inspect animation, which is also annoying. This half-assed durability system can't be turned off, only minimized by lowering the amount your knife is damaged each time you butcher something. That really sucks, and this is my biggest problem with Immersive Hunting Overhaul. You can make sharpening kits at the hunting station, which is a new crafting bench introduced by this mod. It's used to craft a great deal of other items too, including traps for catching various creatures. IHO's trapping system is very in-depth, with different types of bait for every single type of creature. Put down a trap, wait a while, and your desired creature will eventually show up for you to kill them. It works pretty well. There's also some combat traps that can be useful for fighting humans. Additionally, this mod adds throwing weapons. You can craft throwing knives and hatchets at a hunting station, and even poison them to do extra damage. Throwing weapons can be difficult to use unless you get the first rank of the Demolition Expert perk to see the aiming line. These are completely silent weapons, so they might be good for stealth playthroughs. You can also retrieve them from the corpses of enemies. They're surprisingly heavy though, so I don't think the balancing is that bad. This is a really good implementation of throwing weapons. Also craftable at the hunting station are shovels, which can be used to dispose of bodies. Just whack them with a shovel and they'll be deleted and replaced with a burrow hole. Wrenches can be crafted here too, and you can buy toolkits in stores. With both on hand, you can salvage vehicles as well as robots. You can also whack dead robots to make them disappear. Pretty cool. Some military robots have anti-tamper systems, so be careful when salvaging them because they can explode afterwards. Wrenches don't have durability, but there's a chance to lose your toolkit after salvaging, so you need to carry a lot of them around. I wonder why a similar item wasn't used for butchering instead of the knife durability system. This mod adds Robco targeting goggles and visors you can wear to increase your perception and VATS accuracy. There's not much to say about them, they have a few upgrades, but overall they're just another armor item you can wear in the glasses slot. When using a cooking station, you'll find there's not many recipes unlocked to start with. Many useful vanilla recipes like grilled radstag or mutant hound chops are unavailable. To cook these and dozens of new recipes, you'll need to find or buy gourmand magazines. They've been injected into the leveled lists of various vendors and loot containers. If you love collecting magazines, you'll be happy to hear that these ones fit on vanilla display racks. I love this scavenger hunt idea because it gives you a long-term goal and something to spend your hard-earned caps on. Once you've got your food, you're not out of the woods yet because this mod adds an oversatiation mechanic. If you eat too much, you get debilitating debuffs. At stage 2 oversatiation, your reload speed is cut in half and you move 30% slower. At stage 3, you can't even sprint. I like the idea of this feature. It sounds like a good way to discourage stacking tons of healing and buffs from food, but the way it's implemented is not great. The oversatiation debuffs last an extremely long time and cannot be slept off. They only wear off in real time. It's too punishing in my opinion, but luckily this feature can be turned off in the MCM, so it shouldn't be a deal breaker for anyone. Another feature that can be turned off is food spoilage. Unlike Project Extend and Change Everything, there's no special refrigerators to put your food in to stop it from spoiling. Food only spoils when it's in the player's inventory, so store it anywhere else, only carry the food you need, and you'll be fine. Pre-war food never spoils, which actually makes it somewhat useful. I don't mind the food spoilage system, and it's best to keep it enabled because spoiled food is used to make bait for your traps. One thing you can thankfully somewhat turn off is this mod's changes to radiation. Radiation is hardly a threat in vanilla Fallout 4, but IHO makes it a real pain to deal with. The global radiation multiplier is increased to 3 times, so most sources of radiation now give you 3 times the dosage. With a 3 times multiplier, most water now gives you 30 rads per second, and the Aqua Boy perk no longer lets you swim consequence-free. I don't know what this change has to do with hunting, but it definitely makes the game a lot harder. Gas masks now have durability, and just like knives, all gas masks share the same durability, even though that makes no sense. When you run out of durability, you can't wear any gas masks. Luckily, this feature can be disabled, which makes me wonder why the knife durability system can't be disabled. Radiation from food is not controlled by the global radiation multiplier. Regardless, this mod universally increases foodborne radiation through manual edits. Even cooked food is quite radioactive now. This turns Leadbelly from a trash tier perk to a god tier one, especially since some cooking recipes are now locked behind Leadbelly. The later ranks of Leadbelly increase the time it takes for food to spoil as well, and give you a carry weight bonus. Leadbelly also lets you milk Brahmin if you have an empty milk bottle, but a failed milking can result in being sprayed with radiation. Those udders are nasty. If you successfully acquire Brahmin milk, you can drink it to lower your rads, but since milking comes with the risk of gaining rads, I'm not sure if it's all that viable. Interestingly, human meat is some of the only non-radioactive food around. Cannibals have it good, I guess. Yeah, this mod adds cannibal content, but not as much as Hunter of the Commonwealth. When you eat a corpse, it explodes, and you can find human meat and skin on the body, which you can use for a handful of new cooking recipes. Unlike Hunter of the Commonwealth, IHO's human meat satisfies survival mode's dark craving, making this mod a better choice for a cannibal survival mode playthrough. It also seems like human meat doesn't spoil. Cannibals really have it good in this mod. By default, this mod greatly increases the cost of doctors, although you can change it to whatever you want through the MCM. I think doctors aren't expensive enough in vanilla, but having to pay 400 caps to remove radiation is a bit stiff. This mod adds a basic camping system. You can build a campfire and cook wherever you want. You need to gather wood and use a burner to get the fire going, which can be tedious. This isn't a terrible camping system though. One strange feature of this mod is that every bottle cap stash gives you more caps than normal, which is nice, I guess. It doesn't make up for the increased price of doctors, but I'll take whatever caps I can get. This mod also enables use of the console in survival mode. I don't know why. Maybe this feature was added for testing purposes and accidentally got left in. Another weird feature is challenges, which are kind of like Fallout New Vegas' challenges. Most of these challenges are just doing repetitive tasks, and the rewards are too good for my tastes. Not only do they give you tons of bottle caps and XP, some challenges award you with massive damage bonuses as well. I would like this feature better if there were more varied challenges and the rewards were less ridiculous. The last and possibly most unnecessary feature I'll detail is the bottle and cappy good luck machine. With the Fortune Finder 2 perk, you can plop this sucker into your workshop area and exchange ideal ingredients, see, I told you they'd come up again, or legendary items for legendary coins. Once you have enough legendary coins, you can exchange them for legendary items or caps or even extra perk points. This is a weird feature that has nothing to do with hunting or survival, so I don't know why it's in the mod. To conclude, Immersive Hunting Overhaul adds some good features, but it also has tons of stuff I didn't like. Compatibility with other mods will be a real crapshoot too. It especially needs to be updated to support the latest version of Mutant Menagerie. IHO is definitely a great mod for somebody, but that somebody sure isn't me. I hope you found my examination of these two mods useful. Despite looking similar on the surface, they really couldn't be any more different. Knowing more about them, maybe you'll use one of them for your next playthrough. Probably not, but yeah. Toodles!